Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode on Activision is failing the Call of Duty franchise. And this time, we're going to be talking about the Black Ops 7 beta. Now, it just seems like Call of Duty cannot get off my goddamn radar. I feel like I talked about Call of Duty quite a lot recently in like the last month or so, and it's just because there's just so many things that need to be talked about for Call of Duty, and there's just so many things that need to be called out for. And if I were to really be that one guy and nitpick every single thing wrong with Call of Duty, I mean, we would be here for hours, if not days on end. But for the sake of saving everyone some time, I just want to only talk about the beta. So the Black Ops 7 beta not only has multiplayer, but it also now has zombies, which I think is pretty cool because from what I remember, whenever there's usually a beta for Call of Duty, they never have zombies. They only have multiplayer, so people can get their hands on the game early so they can try out the multiplayer for themselves, so they can think like, okay, how's this multiplayer going to work this year? Because a lot of people just only want to play Call of Duty for one reason specifically. Some people only want to play Call of Duty for the sake of multiplayer, and then some people want to play Call of Duty for the sake of zombies. So I could be wrong about this part, but I believe Call of Duty Black Ops 7 in particular is the first ever Call of Duty to have zombies in the beta, which I think is actually pretty crazy because it seems like Activision is starting to get desperate because they know that people are just going to go over to Battlefield 6 and support them. Especially because of recently, the beta started for Black Ops 7, I believe around towards the end of September, and the open beta just started yesterday, at least by the time of the recording of this video. The open beta for people to try out was on October 5th, and I think the full beta itself ends on the 8th of October. So people have got their hands on the beta, and already the reports from a lot of people for the beta on Black Ops 7 is awful. I mean, people are just not happy with this game. There are so many server issues, so much packet burst, so much high latency, there's so much technical issues. There's advanced movement in Call of Duty now with wall running, wall jumping, and I think you slide much farther now. And last time I checked, if there's one thing that people absolutely hate in Call of Duty, it's advanced movement. You know, with Advanced Warfare, with the exo jumping and then exo dodging. And then we had games like Infinite Warfare with running on walls. And then we can do all the wall jumping and sliding. I mean, Black Ops 3 also had this advanced movement system as well, with wall running and then sliding. Well, boost sliding, I should say. But at least the multiplayer in that game was more tolerable than games like Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare. You know what I'm saying? But Black Ops 7, with the Omni movement, I think is what they call it, with the mix of advanced movement, like wall jumping, for example, it just makes the game so much more not tolerable and it makes the game more frustrating. Especially if you throw skill based matchmaking into the mix for the beta for multiplayer, it just adds more sweatness and more craziness on top of all of that. Now, I've heard rumors about how Activision and Treyarch are going to try to remove skill based matchmaking for the beta as quote unquote testing. But then again, this is Activision we're talking about, and literally every single time they open their mouths and every time they speak and breathe oxygen, they can't help but lie. It's like they're addicted to fucking lying to their fan base in Call of Duty. So what about zombies, right? The next part of the beta. If the multiplayer beta doesn't work out, what about the zombies beta? Surely that should be better, right? Sort of, but not really. I mean, they have one survival map area for the beta, which is some kind of farm. I guess. Now, I do want to be honest here. I did try out this beta just to exclusively play zombies because I just don't give a fuck about multiplayer and I really don't care about campaign. Because I'm going to be honest, I'm more of a zombies person anyway. And I saw the beta had zombies in it, so I was like, okay, you know what? The beta is free. I can technically take a glimpse at it. I can dip my toes in the water here just to see what all the hubbalubub is about for Black Ops 7 Zombies. So if it's good, great. If it's dog shit, then I'm just gonna avoid it like I do with all the other COD games. You know what I'm saying? And I've been sticking by my no COD policy for 3 years in a row, and this is gonna probably be my fourth year in a row. Now, of course, like I said, this is a beta, so I'm not spending money on it, I'm not buying it, but I'm playing it and I'm trying it out just to see what all the excitement is for zombies. But even in the zombies portion of the beta, there's still so many goddamn problems with the game. Now, of course, I do have a couple of clips I do want to show you folks that I took from the beta, and I do want to show you folks some problems that I personally encountered with zombies in this beta. So go ahead and take a look, and then we'll talk after. Okay, so as you can tell from the clips I just showed you, I had some serious lag stuttering going on because every time that I play zombies in the beta, I mean, the servers are just complete dog water. And keep in mind, I'm playing by myself. I'm playing solo. So keep that in mind. I'm not playing with like a group or anything. I'm more of a lone wolf when it comes to zombies. But I should not be having these problems when I'm playing solo. But the problem here is that Call of Duty has gone towards a live service route to the point where you have to be online and connected 24/7, so you can't play zombies offline. Now, of course, you could make the argument and tell me, well, Nightwing, of course you're going to be online because this is a beta, dummy, so you have to be connected to the online services to try out the beta. And yes, you are correct on that front. But still, you should not be having these problems when you're playing zombies or multiplayer. And the next problem is the lag stuttering is so bad in the game, it makes it almost completely unplayable. And then we have literal brain dead AI so bad where on special rounds there will be points where the zombies will just sit around and do nothing. And they will just stay there in place and twiddle their thumbs and do literally nothing. That's how terrible this beta is. I mean, if I were to talk positive about Call of Duty just one time, I mean, the only positive I can really say about the whole fucking beta is that the zombies had a new enemy type, which is the bear, which is pretty cool, I guess. And then we had the ability to go in third person camera for zombies. But that's it. But even then, like a new enemy type and a third person camera, that's not gonna be enough for me to be interested in getting Black Ops 7 zombies. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even then, like, if you're trying to play solo, you have a fucking pause timer, so they're treating it like it's your part time job. So they're basically telling you, oh, if you're going to pause the game, you got like 15 minutes. So you go take that bathroom break or get that lunch break or whatever. Because once those 15 minutes are up, that's when your break's over. So get back to playing our slop fest, mister. Like, no, it's not our part time job to play Call of Duty. It's the developer's job to make Call of Duty a good game. And if the developers do not do a good job of developing their games, then I'm just not going to play it. It's that simple. If they do a bad job of making their games, then we're just not going to play it. And it appears that a lot of other people are not happy with the Black Ops 7 beta either. Now, I'm going to predict this right now. Mark my words. The Black Ops 7 full release of the game will be even worse than Black Ops 6. And Battlefield 6 is going to absolutely destroy Call of Duty this year. Mark my words. So hopefully Battlefield 6, when the game comes out, I think it comes out in a couple weeks, actually. I think it comes out in the middle of October. So I think maybe next week. If Battlefield comes out and just absolutely steamrolls Call of Duty, it will be the top dog of this year. And I'm not really a Battlefield person. You know, I mean, I played a couple Battlefield games, but they weren't really my cup of tea. But I will definitely consider getting Battlefield 6 if the game does go on sale at one point, so I can try out the game then. I hope Battlefield comes out on top this year. I really do, because Call of Duty desperately needs a wake up call. So, with this being said, thank you everyone for watching and for listening. And until next time, I'm talking about the Black Ops 7 beta, and I will see you all later.